Hello everyone and welcome to the second show match for the fastest chaos deathmatch tournament between two of the best deathmatch players in the world, I2aGe and Frost9. Now before we dive into the actual gameplay, I want to make sure that everyone watching knows exactly what's going on. If you didn't see my trailer for it, first of all, what the hell are you waiting for? Go see it. And second of all, the Fastest Chaos is a tournament that I am co-hosting with the I2aGe that will pit the world's best deathmatch players against each other on a set of hyper-random maps. No one, not even us casters, know what the maps are going to look like ahead of time, so it should be pretty damn fun and pretty damn bonkers. This particular show match will be a best of 7 and will feature civs from the current version of the game, which does mean no Armenians, no Georgians, and no altered Persians. Lastly, if you're not familiar with what deathmatch is, it's a version of Age of Empires where everyone starts with 55,000 resources in the Imperial Age with all technologies researched. That means 20,000 food, 20,000 wood, 10,000 gold, and 5,000 stone. Spend it all at once, float it for a while, whatever you do, just make sure you build as powerful an army as you can while creating an economy to support it. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the show match. All right, so game number 1, we've got I2aGe as the Japanese in blue, getting ready to take on Frost9 as the Italians in teal. What was this? Not too sure. Looks like one player spawned with a farm at the northwest of his base, and the other spawned with some kind of dirty shoals or I don't know what this is. Maybe there was a farm on and I wasn't quick enough to see. And even we've got Japanese, Italians. Let's take a look at the hyper random map that generated. Man, oh man, there are a lot of choke points here, and these are two archer heavy civilizations. Although that's neither here nor there. It looks like halberdiers versus condottieri is what we're going to see, but let's take a look at the zoom out. Lots and lots of choke points, as I mentioned, lots and lots of wood. How are the resources looking like? A big pile of gold in the front, a smaller pile in the back, a bit of a neutral pile here, and both piles of gold for our Japanese off to the side. Looks like our Italian is the one who is going to be aggressing against our Japanese, who builds a forward castle, 2 forward castles, already has barracks. How many? Just the one, and already has 7 archery ranges, starting to pump out those cav archers of the Japanese. Man, oh man, what an underrated unit for the Japanese. They have a pristine cavalry archer line. So these units, not including any kind of civ bonuses like the Magyars or the Turks, etc., they are basically perfect cav archers. That being said, we've got condottieri with +5 armor. You got a civilization that has what is it, Pavice? What's the name of the upgrade of the Italians? Yeah, I think Pavice. Their condottieri do get extra armor, their foot archers get extra armor, so it's going to be a super fun matchup. And let's see who makes use of the choke points first. Our Japanese moving forward with some of those awesome Yasama towers. Take a look at their range, just absolutely ridiculous. And extra arrows as well, so he's going to be able to catch the Italian as the Italian already starts leaving his base, and he is starting to snipe a whole bunch of units. Both players saving a good amount of gold, which I like. Champions not very gold intensive. Condottieri also not very gold intensive when you start out with 10,000 gold. Our Japanese might want to back up and take up the high ground here. Man, the players are expanding. Take a look at the mini map. This is what I'm talking about when you have a level of gamesmanship as high as this. By the way, these are 2 of the top players in the world. Oh, the Ninja Turtle comes out. The Ninja Turtle gets sniped. I believe Frost9, I've said it before, I think he's the best currently in the world. I2aGe, I think, is top 5 or top 10. Definitely up there, but take a look at what I'm talking about. We're 5.5 minutes into the game. Army supplies are in the 70s and 80s, but villager count is pretty damn low. And guess what? That's going to jump up, I'm assuming, unless the game kind of ends in 5 or 10 minutes, which sometimes deathmatch games do end up being quite short. Oh my god, I love to see this. The economies, as I'm going to finish my sentence. By the way, absolutely wonderful addition of the samurai here, not only with the lightning fast attack, but the condottieri, I believe, gets unique unit armor. Yeah, there it is, unique unit 0, which means that the samurai has an attack bonus against it. What is it now? +12 with the cav archer support, even though that 5 pierce armor against the 11 attacks. So the cav archers tickle away, and then the samurais close the distance and absolutely shred them to pieces, unless they're fighting on the low ground, unless they're fighting behind a whole bunch of Genoese crossbow, how many? 19. Okay, so they should be able to take good care of these cav archers and zone them out. Bit of back and forth. Villager count starting to grow. Army count starting to dwindle for Frost 9, starting to grow for Rage. He's almost at 100 army count. He's still got his opening camel. He still has one champion, but the vast majority of his army is 82 heavy cav archers. That's not going to do much of anything against a bunch of Genoese crossbows and bombard towers and keeps. Although I say bombard towers, I think I erroneously saw the bombard cannon shooting a ball and thought it was a bombard tower. No, they're just keeps at the moment. Oh man, I love the Genoese crossbow. It's such a fun unit to watch. And again, any unit with cavalry armor just absolutely gets shredded to pieces by these guys. Take a look at the attack bonus against cavalry. 7. What's the firing speed? 1.7 to 1.8. So the Genoese crossbows actually fire faster, have extra armor, and come with a bonus against these cav archers. High ground is going to be very important. It looks like a bit of raiding off to the side here. A monastery, a siege workshop, more and more civilian infrastructure being plopped down. Now we've got 66 villagers to 55 or 50. Let's take a look. Rage expanding to the back. It looks like there's additional gold. Stone berries, my favorite lemon bushes. Oh yeah. This is why I love Age of Empires, because when I see things I like, I just get so excited. Oh, but skirmishers being mixed in here for our Japanese. The players have chosen to start off the show match by butting heads in the most awesome way possible. Unique units, cav archers on the high ground, trebs, keeps, anything and everything that you can imagine. Let's zoom out while the players engage here in the center. Take a look at Teal's base. Man, has he built himself a secure base. Not really many avenues that Blue can engage into if he wants to do any kind of side attacks. Castles and keeps everywhere. That being said, the Yasama towers, the castles for our Japanese, mirroring exactly what Teal has done. And so the battle continues in the center here. Neither player really going for any kind of super duper heavy hitting units. I mean, our Italians got 2 bombard cannons and 4 trebs. But this is what you do. You clog up the works with these towers. You clog up the works with infrastructure while you can get your army. And now, 12 minutes into the game, take a look. Both players have no gold. No gold. A lot of wood, a lot of food for Rage, so he can spam trash for days. He's at 144 population total. Frost 9, our Italian, also broke on gold. A little bit less food, a lot less wood. Stone count identical, but he's already at 200 population, so he's 40 supply ahead of his opponent, but only 20 of that's in military. 108 civilians to 90. Condottieri moving forward. Samurai, if they can close on these Genoese, will absolutely shred them to pieces, but he's going to need more than 3 against 40 if he wants to do that. Our Japanese is suffering significant losses. Oh my god, only 5 cav archers remaining? Buddy's going up to 32 samurai. What's their armor like now? Only 5 pierce armor. But the Genoese, not exactly the hardest hitting unit, only attacking on a 10. Both players need to start reinforcing this position on the left. It looks like he's trying to... This is a lot of gold. This is the fun part of hyper random. Look at all that gold. Is that the... did I get all the patches? No, 8,000 gold in that one patch alone. Some maps have a lot of gold. Some maps have a little. Some patches have... I mean, look at these patches. 994 gold. Some of them have a lot less. I wonder what the ones in the back have. 691. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, we have no clue as the casters what maps are going to spawn. We have no clue if the gold piles will have even the same amount of gold as other gold piles out on the map. I haven't even taken a look at stone because, like all deathmatch games, this has just been action non-stop, but our Italian wasting away against a few skirmishers. Towers for our Japanese very much lined up in the front. Let's take a look at the stone. Where is the stone? There it is. 384. Very, very random. And are there any unclaimed stone piles here? Yeah, 384 for him in the back as well. 384. 691 gold, as we saw. Our Italian needs to start taking down these towers. If he can take down these towers, he should be able to breach the center of Blue's base. Blue is now attacking off to the left side. Condottieri are moving in. let's take a look at army composition, because supplies, it looks like Rage has gone full on economy. 138 villagers, 26 samurai skirmishers, and a few heavy cav archers against Genoese crossbow, 42 condottieri. They cannot take on these samurais unaided. I don't think they can take this battle. Get back into the range of your castle. Okay, a few trebs attacking the castle, a few trebs attacking the keeps. To the north, the Genoese crossbows, I mean, they've done an amazing job. What's the kill count on them? 41 kills, so a bunch of them have died. But these cav archers just melt. They melt like this castle has melted, and here we go. You know what? Just samurai from the low ground? Nah, they're getting, the numbers aren't here. The numbers are just not here for Frost 9. He's getting champions out now. Perfect unit to go up against the samurai toe-to-toe with a little bit of support. Should be able to crush the samurais, but both players back away. What's on the production tab? 12 Genoese crossbows for our Italian, 13 samurais for our Japanese. Both players disengage. It's now Rage, who's at 200 population, and Italian 9. I was gonna say Italian 9 because that's the old brain stumble there, but Rage I did it. I was gonna say Rage 9. Frost 9. I'm so sorry. Frost 9 is the one now who was struggling while I was blabbing on saying the wrong names, has actually managed to catch up. There are a lot of archer units for both players, a lot of infantry units for both players. This is exactly what I expect out of a game one. Both players are just bashing into each other. Not a single player has made any progress into the other's base. We've seen a castle go down. We've seen a keep go down. It's being rebuilt. Look at Rage's stone pile, by the way. He has not taken any critical damage, which means that he can basically maintain his stone pile for days and days and days as long as his castles remain unattacked. He is the one putting on the pressure with no fewer than 6 trebs with 4 more on the way. Holy shit. And remember, Cataperuto, they pack and unpack 4 times faster. Let's see it. And they also fire incredibly lightning fast. Let's see them unpack. I mean, come on. What was that? A second and a half? That's ridiculous. I mean, their aim is absolutely atrocious. Oh my god. How many you missed? 6 volleys and only 1 lands? Okay, finally they do manage to get the treb, and eventually it's a numbers game. Champions are zoning out skirmishers on the left flank. On the right flank, Genoese crossbows are zoning out. Our Italian is doing well holding this push, but Rage, again, is here with 10 trebs. And now he's pivoting to the north. He's building siege workshops. So now, okay, now he's starting to penetrate. Take a look. All of the forward defenses of our Italian have been absolutely demolished. He's got this annoying forest, which in the beginning of the game, if this was a random map and we were starting, you know, spawning in Dark Age, this forest would be beautiful right next to your original town center. You know, you can use it to wall off, etc. Now, it's a kind of a pain in the ass. Where do you build a castle? How do you reinforce without having to go the long route around that forest? The answer is you don't. Genoese helping to kill this. Another castle goes down. Siege workshop goes down. House. Oh my god, Frost 9. He's down to 185 housing supply. So his housing is starting to take a bit of a beating. He was reliant on those castles. He hasn't been as effective with his bombard cannons as he possibly could be. I mean, how do I put this? Hera, in one of his videos, in one of his live streams, absolutely loves the bombard cannon. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, the Genoese, they're dying. Oh my god. They're not noticing. They're under heavy artillery bombardment. And now they're in a move command. Okay. As I was saying, Hera loves the bombard cannons, their mobility, their ability to just be repositioned wherever the hell you want them to, compared to a Treb, which needs to pack and unpack. I mean, we're getting a bit of a spoiled view here of Trebs with Cataperuto, because Japanese Trebs are unique in that regard. And here we go. He's starting to clear out a bit of the annoying wall off that is created by these forests. Unfortunately for him, the army's here. More and more villagers have been dying. It looks like our Japanese has lost only 17, 18 villagers, but somehow is down 40 or 50. So he must have deleted a bunch of villagers. to get more army supply, and it shows. He is now going up to 120 cav archers. Holy shit, our Japanese wants to raid the hell out of the economy, zone out any kind of counterattack. And again, Frost 9, he's just back here. Why is his army back here? He's trying to get rid of these forests, trying to get them. I mean, this is a beautiful nook. How many of us would not just want to sneak in a bunch of crossbows up here? And by virtue of numbers alone, he's going to take this. But look at how badass the samurai is. How many crossbows did it take with him to hell? But we've got onagers. How many? 4 in total. Cav archers have to be careful. If only these were siege onagers, that would be much, much better. But unfortunately for the Italians, they do not get the siege onager. Look at these cav archers. You know what? 38 kills for 74 is not great. Not great. A lot of these are fresh recruits. The annoying battle to the left here between a tower and a structure. Boom, go the balls of the Trebs. This is absolutely fantastic. What a fun game one. I mean, look at the score. It does seem like Rage is significantly ahead. He's about 170 kills ahead of his opponent. But Frost 9 is still here. He's at 185 supply. He needs to build more housing. And our Japanese backs away. Why is he backing away? He's got resources for days. He can absolutely engage into this. He is being very cautious, giving us an absolute fun first game. Oh, he says it's not just the Koreans that can do it. I'm going to push in with my annoying multiple arrow towers. Look at them go. How many freaking arrows. They are going to absolutely have their way with any villagers under those town centers. And now the Treb bombardment continues. I don't know what this movement pattern is by Frost 9. I think he just went like this and right-clicked somewhere. We've got a random Hussar. 17 of them coming out. Not bad. Not bad as a meat shield. Frost 9 is doing whatever he can, spending his limited resources. He's down to sub 1,000 on all 4 resources, and the bombard cannons are finally starting to clear this out. But he's losing control of his stone patch as well. Not that Rage really needs stone. He's got 1,500. And he's not really being pushed into. Like I said, the Italian... I mean, what the hell? Why did you tether? What is this? What is happening? Why are the Hussars moving as slow as a monk? I was about to say Rage... Oh, he loses his onagers to this Treb bombardment. Rage 9 just not getting the offensive damage that he needs. He is holding... And the Italians are fantastic for holding, but the mobility of these cav archers now up to only 46 kills is just pulling him left, right, and center. Bombard cannons are still here. Not too sure I would have destroyed the mining camp. Maybe I've left it for the skirmishers, because now these villagers are going to return home, and they're just going to go home and be safe. I would have maybe brought those skirmishers forward to snipe those villagers, but I am not Frost 9. In come the HCAs. They are sticking their faces into here. I don't know why he's being so coy about it. You've got 9,000 wood, 3,500 gold. Just absolutely go in there. Treb does fall. He's down to a meager 5. 5 of them have died. And here we go. Now the villagers are returning home. This is exactly what you didn't want to happen. I like the mixing in of the Hussars finally, but our Italian army is all trash. It is all trash. Finally, 7 Arbalest, a few more champions being added, but his initial starting position is now under attack. A lot of critical infrastructure is here, and blue, oh, Rage rages against the Italian army and absolutely overwhelms. And this is what I was talking about in the earlier... in the trailer that I put out, which again, if you haven't seen the trailer, do yourself a favor, go and watch the trailer. I explain kind of why I love deathmatch and whatnot. But if you don't get your economy, and this is again, just to preface what I'm about to say, this has nothing to do with Frost 9. I don't know why I keep saying Rage 9. Frost 9 has nothing to do with this game in particular. Just a general principle of deathmatch. You need an economy. Otherwise, your army ends up being trash against samurais, heavy cav archers, and sure, a little bit of trash thrown in as well, because why the hell not? But take a look at the resource difference. At least now that he stopped production, now his resources are all added back in, but deduct 38 heavy cav archers, and you can tell the difference in resources, and it's just absolutely important. And this game highlights why you need to get that economy up and running. And even though we saw a lot of full frontal attacks, it did seem like Rage 9. Oh my god, I said it again, Rage. Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on with my brain. Apologies to Rage, apologies to Frost9, apologize to you viewers who are expecting some semblance of professionalism. In any event, our Japanese did try to push in through the left. He pushed in through the right, managed to teeth a little bit of stone underneath his opponent's nose, but the bombards did clean all that up. Skirmishers came in for the follow-up. And what a fun first game. As I mentioned, I figured this would be an archer war for the most part. Both teams, both civilizations very much do rely on their archers. Not exactly big cavalry civilizations, these two, but it is what it is. And the first game, can I do it from here? Oh, look at that. I can do it from here. I thought I would have to go into the main menu. First game goes to Rage, not Rage 9, Rage. And let's see the next game. Okay, game number 2. Looks like we're starting to defend the wonder. Welcome to Hyper Random. Oh my goodness, Frankish Paladin. I thought Frankish Paladin had 192 HP. Seems to be a bit of an altered Frankish Paladin that everyone's starting with. 15 plus 4 attack. I don't know what the hell is going on, but let's see it. Oh yeah, they're jousting against each other. This is like watching a nightclub. I should add a disco ball to that little animation. Anyway, in any event, let's see where we are. I'm going to zoom out what is going on this clam-shaped map. Again, this is Defend the Wonder, so if you lose your Wonder, 5808 HP, melee armor of 5, pierce armor of 12, so you're not going to take it down with any archer units. Sorry, Ethiopians, with your fastest firing foot archers in the game. Does look like Blue did manage, with the help of a halberdier, to clean up that last teal Frankish Paladin. Anyway, let's see who we're working with here. Frost9 again, this time in, actually not this time, again in teal, playing as the Portuguese, taking on the Ethiopians in blue, played by Rage. Seems to be a bunch of water, but I don't see a single source of food. So just random water around the map. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relics. Okay, so aside from the water on the edges of the map, which kind of limit where you can build structures, there's a lot of lumber. There's a lot of gold in the forward position for blue, a lot of gold in the forward. Actually, a bit of backwards position for both players. A little bit more for teal, it seems like. This seems to be a fairly standard map, and our Portuguese is already starting to pump out organ guns. Halberdiers, champions, organ guns, bombard cannons are going to take on one Frankish hero paladin. Let's see his line of sight. Not bad for a paladin. He is taking on bombards. He is taking on trebs, a few two-handed swordsmen, and Shotel warriors. But the vast majority of our Ethiopian army looks like it's going to be arbalests, which are going to do fantastically against the halberdiers, against the champions. I'm not so sure, but let's see. Never ever bet against the machine gunner that is the Ethiopian arbalest that fires as fast as a Mangadai, and their siege, which has torsion engine, so a much bigger blast radius. That being said, our Portuguese not really going for gunpowder at the moment, except for the organ guns. I was gonna say don't forget about their arquebus upgrade, but looks like the Shotels are running in. They are getting gunned down. These guys have what, +1 against infantry? Yep. So they're just going to gun down these Shotels. Shotels very much glass cannon. Their HP is dog shit. What is it now? A 50? Yeah, 50. If they can close, they will slaughter you. But closing is a big question against the Portuguese, who is now building keeps in the forward position. A couple of docks. Heavy demo ship. Now, this sand, I am not sure if it is traversable by water units. But Frost9 going for demo ships. It looks like Rage expanding his economy to the back, and the Ethiopian powerhouse is here. But it is meeting a literal grinder, a unit grinder that is the organ gun. 18 of them out, 6 more in production. Puffs of smoke going up everywhere. I really want to see, these demos out of here so I can see if they can traverse this area, this sand bar, this sand dune. And now this is what's going to be problematic. These champions. 6 armor against the arbalest that attacks on a 10 means 4 damage only, which means I'm gonna really shitty math. 18. What's 70 divided by 4? Yeah, 18 shots. Ooh, an onager comes out, takes a nice shot, but then dies. Our Ethiopian, our Portuguese, both running low on gold. Wow, okay. Okay, so Rage, realizing that his infrastructure looks like it's absolutely gone. He's down to 15 army supply. This is what you do not want to do against organ guns. You do not want to clump your units. Remember, they attack in a bit of a cone. I can't do it with my mouse, but it's like a cone shaped, and it's very randomized within that cone. But my biggest issue with this game is we never got to see if the demo ships would traverse this multicolored sandbank. It does look like there's gold on part of the sandbank. There is a relic, so we know that land units can traverse there, and plus we saw the paladin. The question is, will ships have been able to do that? And I think Blue realizes he's got all of his gold in the forward position, his stone in the forward position, all 3 primary piles no longer mineable. He's got a bit of stone in the back, as we saw only 3 patches to the 5 of his opponent in the back position. Has he explored this side? I mean, no, never mind. It should be the settings should be clear for all players to see everything visible on the map. And he just gets pushed into way too hard. There's already Trebs out here. Organ guns are just gunning down his entire army. And not just organ guns, 9 bombard cannons with arquebus. Man, their bullets fire faster. Actually, no, what am I talking about? I had a brain fart there. In any event, it doesn't matter, arquebus or not. 9 bombard cannons have just barreled into the forward portion of Rage's base. And his Ethiopian army, powerful as it is a melee army for the most part that he built, and all of it just melts. All of it just disappears. Would have loved to see more siege, but where can he build it? He's got no more places to build. It doesn't seem like you can build here in the back. Otherwise, I'm sure one of the players would have built. It looks like their structures are just teetering at the very edge. And you can build on the water, but apparently not on this sand. Okay, welcome to Hyper Random. Our Ethiopian takes a W. So we've evened up the series 1-1. Let's move on to game number 3. Ooh, another clam-shaped water map. Rage this time as the Byzantines, taking on, as we all know, Frost 9. I'm going to say your name properly, I promise, as the Dravidians. Okay. I mean, the Viper made it work in that one short that I put out in the one video. Ooh, look at this. By the way, let's zoom out. There's only one natural avenue of attack. All players look like they started with a the Hussar / light cavalry unit, whatever is the best that they have. And there is one avenue of attack. Oh, the fact that there are fish here tells me that we are going to see demo ships? No, galleons. Oh, I got so excited. I don't know why I get so excited. Demo ships. I just want to see boom, boom, you know? That sounded kind of dirty. I want to see explosion sounds even dirtier. But our Byzantine is going Paladin. Interesting choice. Missing Blast Furnace, missing Bloodlines. So it is going to be a subpart Paladin who is taking on Elephant Archers and Halberdiers. I got to give this to the Halberdiers and the Elephant Archers. I mean, our Byzantine, there it is. There's that heavy demo ship. And look at this castle. Ooh, not too sure what to make of this castle. Not a big fan of that. Castles like this, I used to like when I was first starting out to play the game. Not to make any kind of comment or anything about Rage. This has nothing to do with him. Oh, look at that. Another one. You kind of want to anchor the map. You don't want your opponent to run by here with ships and stuff like that, which in any other version of the game that's not deathmatch would be fantastic. The problem is, the second our Dravidian sees this, he's just going to start pumping out bombard... oh my god, what the hell's a bombard galleon? I was cannon galleons. And once cannon galleons come out, I mean, it's game over. I mean, it's basically for those castles, it's game over. Oh, boom, go. Those halberdiers, but they've closed in on the ships. What is their attack bonus against ships? 17. So again, in any other, if this was a random map and we were in Castle Age, I would absolutely love these zoning castles. But the fact that our Dravidian can just go... I mean, the Dravidians, their naval line is pristine. They've got access to everything, including the Theresidae, if I'm pronouncing that right. Which is a pretty damn bonkers unit. Galleons, heavy demo ships, fast fire ships are how our Dravidian is planning to respond. And look at this, paladins in the back. This is Frost 9. You got enough docks there? He's starting to pump them out. His resources still banking 6,000 gold, which is what you can do when you're going heavily on the pikeman line. 5,000 has become 2,700 gold for our Byzantine, and the players have kind of disengaged. Big old water battle here. Blue now discovers that there are a whole bunch of fire ships. Heavy demos for you. Galleons, fast fire ships. Halberdiers moving into the back position, not realizing that the paladin is going to get gunned down by the fire, burned alive inside his armor in the most gruesome way possible. Ooh, both players have to be so careful, but it's actually Rage here who takes the initiative and gets his army into position first. Oh, look at them. Look at them. They wish. Can you imagine a demo ship with one range, like a Kamayuk or a Step Lancer style unit? And it can explode from one range and do less damage, but still explode. I mean, okay, you didn't have enough docks. You're adding 4 more. How many docks in total? For our Dravidian. 18 docks. Oh, welcome to Deathmatch. We didn't take a look at the map. Looks like there's a good amount of wood, so naval battles should continue unhindered for the next little bit. Both players kind of low on villagers, although our Byzantine very much double the villager count. Army supplies already well above 100. Our Byzantine, yes, finally starting to mix in cataphracts. They are going to absolutely destroy these infantry units. What is our Dravidian's follow-up plan now that he sees cataphracts are out? Because you've got to have a follow-up after this. How many cataphracts, by the way? Only 29. Ooh, I don't know about that. Only 29. Naval battle here on the right. Demo ships. Oh, what a waste of demo ships. Oh, what another waste of demo ships. Here we go. He's going to discover the castle. 1, 2, go down the demo ships. Okay, yeah. Good luck to you, Mr. Fire Ship. As you engage in with a castle, and in come the cataphracts. Let's see how well they do elephants. Against elephants. Where is the meat shield? Where are the halberdiers? Why are they not moving? What the hell was that? Paladins catch out a Treb and now move to the right to try to snipe a few villagers, get a bit more chaos going on in the game. Oh, there are neutral docks. Amazing. I didn't even see that. So trade. This game might go on for 5 hours. This game might actually go on for 5 hours if our Dravidian doesn't push into the center. I didn't realize that each corner of the map. Oh, welcome to Hyper Random, Isaac. Okay, castle does go down. What did the castle go down to? The Dromans? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they went down to the Trebs. But now our Byzantine starting to mix in Dromans as well. This castle looks like it might be under attack, but 10 elite cannon galleons are mixed in here. This is what I was talking about in Deathmatch. This castle didn't do anything. It killed a bunch of demo ships. Dravidian retreats. Somebody. Is somebody trading? Is anyone trading? Does anyone realize that there are... First of all, what the hell is this? A merchant? What? Why is there a merchant just hanging out on the dock? I'm going to take a look at that once the game is over. I don't want to miss any of the action. Cataphracts raiding to the east. Big old naval battle to the east as well. Oh, the death animation of a Draman, always something fun to watch. Death animation of a lot of ships are super fun. Kudos as always to the developers for making this game just so freaking beautiful. Castle does go down. Doesn't matter if it's a structure. Doesn't matter if it's a horsey unit, an elephant unit, an infantry, a ship. The death animations are just so much fun as the remnants of the ship just sink. This green kind of reminds me of the what is it called in Game of Thrones that was supposed to be like Greek fire? Our Dravidian not paying attention. He's getting absolutely demolished here by this castle. What the hell? And it looks like a bunch of demo ships. Oh, lost and his entire forward attack. What was the Blackwater Bay? The Battle of Blackwater Bay, when Tyrion comes up with the idea of using the fire, the pyromancer's fire. That's what this kind of greenish thing looks like, right? Unfortunately, you can't light this on fire. Although the Byzantines, what an interesting thing. The Byzantines with their Greek fire. Who knows? Players disengage from one another. Both rebuilding. Army supplies identical. Villager counts similar. How has no one started trading yet? I really am expecting a massive, massive naval battle being... seeing rather how many naval units these players are building. Both now identical army count. Our Dravidian resources non-existent. Our Byzantine, he's got a lot of wood, a bit of gold, and enough stone for one more castle. And in come the siege rams. One villager. Why is he here? To die. And aside from these siege onagers, which are getting attacked by the cataphracts, there's not much here to defend this castle. The cataphracts are also killing the villagers who are repairing the castle. But Blue's army is done. Now the onagers are free to take down these rams, but will they get them in time, or will they be too slow? I love the individual picking off of the rams. And come on, you can't tease us with these blue ships and teal ships and not have a massive naval engagement. Albertia streaming forward. At this stage of the game, it is almost impossible to micro every individual unit. 80 army count to 64. This castle still standing. Teal's navy is moving forward. Let's highlight and see what's going on. Oh, trade cogs. Trade cogs, welcome to the game. Let's see what we're working with. Ignore the cog. We've got 35 galleons, it looks like. 9 heavy demo ships. How many bombard... I said it again. Bombard galleons. Cannon galleons. Taking down a high value lumber camp is our Dravidian, as his navy, part of it, engages here. A bunch of demo ships are moving forward, though. Is Blue noticing? Blue's not noticing. Blue's not noticing. Oh, no. Oh, there goes that. Oh, no. Oh, there goes half his navy. Talk about the Battle of Blackwater Bay. That was absolutely horrendous. Blue, half his army, water army, otherwise known as a navy, disappears immediately, but does manage to get a castle consolation prize. Drummond will be able to zone out these onagers. Oh, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Our Dravidian right now needs mobility. He needs something. Oh, God, he sees this castle now. Kind of showboating here. He's still... Okay, no, now he's got 5 cannon galleons. Maybe not. No, he saves all 5. Rage's demo ships are just not finding any kind of access to this teal navy. Do find a little bit there. Where is he going? Is he going to attack the... No, he's not going to attack this, is he? He is attacking the trade route. But look at that armor. 1,000 melee, 1,000 pierce. This dock is not going anywhere anytime soon with 10,000 HP. Ooh, but in comes more blue boomies. Okay. Teal, fantastic placement of his demo ships. Loses very, very little. At the same time, he is holding it home, but this is a lot of Treb power. That being said, Blue's lost control of the water, it seems like, which means he's lost control of the center, which means this army potentially could be on a one-way ticket straight to hell. It might be stuck here. Drummond trying to find anything, but the range, even though it's 12, is not that good to reach these elephants. And Teal is slowly moving in on the right side of the clam map. Elephants are here. Trebs, nowhere to go. They have to, yeah, they're gonna have to be happy. Oh my God. He gets 2 siege onagers. That's a lot more than I thought Rage would get. Random Urumi swordsman. One random Urumi swordsman must be a misclick. Heading forward. How many kills on these elephants? I feel like they've been around since minute 1. 51 kills. Not that great. And now the navies square off against each other. Ballista bolts flaming on fire. Blue trying to position it so that his... so that the demo ships... Oh my God. Blue is just losing way too much navy here. Oh, look at that, the cannon galleons. This is what I was talking about, the cannon galleons. When you have, it's such an awesome thing to do to place the castle here, because it does zone out so much. But the cannon galleons with their insane 15 range is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, most importantly, who the hell is this guy? A merchant on no? How come you don't have a merchant? Well, that's not pretty. That's not cool. How come Frost 9 doesn't have merchants on his? Or maybe he did, but he got killed? It looks like the other 3 got killed. No, this is just a merchant. What are you? Movement speed 175. Pretty cool. Okay. And Frost 9 are Dravidian with an impressive amount of naval destruction. Let's take a look. Oh, I apologize. I haven't done it for the first 2 games. 112 cataphracts, 212 halberdiers. Economy is nothing really to write home about, but kill count 486 to 462. So even though the kill count is pretty damn even, how do the remaining resources look like? A little bit more gold for our Dravidian, but he's down in every other resource but stone. And not that he really needs castles. He's not building roomies. Wow, the Byzantine army just melts 28 army count to 78. And Frost 9 takes game number 3 for a 2-1 lead. An absolutely epic game and series so far. Again, I apologize I didn't check the stats for the first 2 games. Definitely something I'm going to do moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, let's move on to game number 4. Okay, game number 4. Frost 9 as the Slavs, yet again in teal. Rage in his blue as the Turks. What are you? We've got a couple of neutral pyramids. Otter and I were trying to figure out what the hell the point of these pyramids were in the first show match. I mean, they've got a lot of armor. They can be taken possession of, but beyond that, we don't really know what it means. A bunch of relics. It looks like there's... I mean, it's hard to tell to the naked eye, but look at the mini-map. It looks like a bit of a dried-out Nile, and I say Nile just because we've got pyramids here. So it looks like we're on somewhere around Giza in Egypt, and there's a bit of a depression. All the rest of the map is flat as an ironing board with a few elevated cliffs here strewn about left, right, and center. Resource patches everywhere. Lots of stone for both players, which tells me they want castles on this map. A lot of forests as well. Anyway, Turks, Slavs. Let's see it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of favor the Slavs in this matchup. Oh, he is housed, though, is our Slav for a brief minute, right up until the castle pops up. The Turks, I'm expecting to see bombard cannons very quickly, and the fact that we're seeing siege workshops kind of tells me that's what we're going to see. And look at blue, by the way. Rage laying claim to the north of the map. He's already got a hussar here. He's already got a castle being the foundations have been laid. A villager is en route, and a town center. I was about to say trade center, a town center here. Now, the camels are one thing. The cav archers are one thing. But the Slavs, I don't know, just something about this matchup screams Slav to me. I mean, infantry with trample damage. Remember, all techs are already researched, so their area of effect range is half a tile is ridiculous against these camels. Their bonuses against cavalry. Do you see our Slav building a single unit of cavalry? I don't think so. All I see is siege onagers, which is fantastic. They are cheaper. And the castles are cheaper as well because Detonets has already been researched. But let's see. Look at this. Frost 9 preemptively clearing out space. He wants maneuverability. Not too sure that's the right move against a civ that's as mobile as the Turks. You want this army in a choke point. You want it as constricted as possible. Oh, goodness gracious. 28 army supply is about to flank our Slavic settlement, but straight into the face of a castle. 2 villagers manage to escape inside, so they do save themselves. Forward position. I mean, our Slav can just build halberdiers for days, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going up to 160 halberdiers. Holy moly, only 5 boyars. Now, the boyars are a big question mark. If you can destroy the camels, if you can get rid of the camels, then the boyars should be able to absolutely wreck everything. That being said, these cav archers with Sipahi is just bonkers. We'll see, what did these guys manage to do? Nothing. 3 of them did manage to die. It looks like right underneath the town center, the castle. And now Teal's Treb is under attack. He is just clearing out more and more space. I think the extra range on these bombard cannons is going to be very crucial. He's going to want to snipe as many of these siege onagers as possible, as quickly as possible. And he has the range to do so. Our Turk already out of gold. This is a massively gold-intensive army. Camels, cav archers, janissaries, bombards. Whereas the vast majority of our Slavic army is trash, which is why he's got 4,000 gold still left. But he's out of wood. Wood, essential for everything he's got on the field, except for the boyars. Camels try to do a bit of a reach around. This small army clump is still here. This is 21 units that you're not using. Why is he not using them? Camels, hussars, monks with relics, castles, everything and anything to spot as much as possible. The camels close, but they close on halberdiers, which means they close on going straight to their deaths. Okay, siege onagers doing exactly what the siege onagers are supposed to do, which is make it very hard for the Turk to engage into this with any kind of melee or even his cav archer. I don't care if you've got Sipahi. If you take a volley or two out of a siege onager, you are donezo. And this is what I was worried about for our Turk. 81 of his army supply of 94 is cav archers, and the boyars are Teutonic knights on horses. 7 pierce armor against an 11 attack, 4 damage to a unit that has 150 HP. And is backed up by siege onagers and a huge amount of halberdiers still alive. And our Turk, the mobility is starting to get constrained. Like I said, this is an army built for mobility. His bombards are also not doing that much because of this slow push. A little bit less slow now that there's a few halberdiers inside of these rams. But our Turk is being pressed into. Frost 9, look at the total supply, total populations. 200 to 126. Our Turk just blew his gold way too quickly, way too early, and the economy is just not there. 45 villagers are not enough to support 60, 70 more army supply. It just does not work like that, and his settlement is being pushed into. Our Slav looks like he is about to take game number 4. Castle's still up though. It's got a whole bunch of cav archers, probably the most second most powerful unit the Turk can put inside after the janissary. The janissaries are here. The boyar's armor are going to be good, but maybe not so good against janissaries. But 20% of HP mark hit. Cav archers get evicted. Not much they're going to be able to do against how many battering rams? 8 siege rams are moving forward. Monks are trying to convert monks for both players. But our Turkish settlement is absolutely in shambles. He's trying to rebuild a castle, last minute emergency. He's only got 50 stone and he taps out. Wow. This is what I was talking about. The Slavs, they're one of these civilizations that's just like in your face. The Turks are very much a finesseful civilization. Sure, they have units like the bombard cannon. Sure, they have units like the camels that can get all up in your grill. But that is nothing compared to the boyar. That is nothing compared to the siege onager. And like I said, it looks like it really did feel like our Turk underusing those bombard cannons, tried to expand quite well. I mean, there's a lot of town centers out on the middle, out on the map. He's got still 10,000 food, and he could have potentially produced hussars en masse. Don't forget, Turkish hussars do come with extra melee armor. What am I talking about? Extra pierce armor. Unfortunately for him, where's the infrastructure? He's got 4 stables. If he had built 6 or 7 more stables here and started using this 10,000 food to just produce hussars endlessly, I mean, the boyars one-on-one obviously get the hussars, kill the hussars, but the rest of the army in numbers big enough could absolutely wreck this. There's only 46 halberdiers left. A lot of them are in the backwards position. But our Slav just takes a baseball bat to the Turkish settlement. Holy moly. Does he manage to destroy it? 200 halbs, 100 cav archers. Economies can't be big at all. And yeah, our Slav just a little bit ahead. I mean, it's percentage-wise significantly ahead, about 30-something%. But in total resources, this game did not last too long. Sometimes deathmatch games, In the first show match, we saw a long game. In this one, we're seeing a shorter one, 13 minutes, just because, again, you build up an army. And look at our Slav. Look at his resources. If our Turk had more infrastructure, more stables, and honestly, this might sound ridiculous to some people, started pumping out hussars right now, and had he swarmed over this army, kept even just 15 or 10 of his heavy cav archers alive, he would have won this game. Because Frost 9 is baroque as a joke. He is not out on the map. His town centers, I mean, this one, not much. This one, not much ado. Neither player taking the pyramids. Not too sure if that's relevant or not, but it is Rage who's out on the map much, much more efficiently. And he does only have 36 villagers. He has so much wood. So I think he just a small tweak, and we would have seen this matchup evened out. Instead, it is Frost 9, our Slav, who takes it one game away from taking this show match best of 7. Okay, map number 5 finds us. What are these? Seawalls. Do you see any sea anywhere? Okay, welcome to Hyper Random, which spawned us on a mixture of what? Fortress without the towers, arena possibly, and Winterfell? In any event, it is what it is. The two telltale bushes underneath the town center tell us that Rage is the Gurjaras, and to the east, Frost 9 is the Tatars. Map looks very much like Amazon with one avenue of attack, but there's a lot of open space up to the north and to the south. And this doesn't look closed either. I mean, neither of these two civs have siege onagers, I don't think, but onagers should be just fine. And he should be able to start clearing out. Oh man, some potential sneaky here. I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie, I am favoring the Gurjaras in this matchup. And I don't know if that's wishful thinking, so that Rage catches up and we get to see another game after this. But the Gurjaras, their mounted units, dealing 40% more bonus damage. Look at this. Camel. Is he going? Yeah, our Tatar is going camels. Our Gurjara is going to have, what, a 13 attack against camels? Bonus? 13 to the usual 9. I'm a bit afraid here for our Tatar. If he goes camels, he's countered by camels. If he goes cav archers, as he's doing, he's countered by Shrivamshas, which I don't see any right now. And if he goes, oh my god, halberdier, where I saw you sneaky halberdier. Why would you make halberdiers? Their armor is so bad. They're missing the last 2 armor upgrades. Both players trying to go full frontal. Our Gurjara exploding into the center of the map. Holy moly, our Rage. He really is raging against the dying of the light here. He needs a W, otherwise he is eliminated from this show match. He must be laughing his butt off here with these halberdiers. That being said, you know what? In late stages of the game, never ever discount Keshiks, and especially the Tatars with 19 range Treb. Oh my god, right as I'm talking about 19 range Trebs? You know what the Tatars have? Is he building any? Yes! Flaming camels! I was thinking, you know, my mind, here's how Isaac's mind works. Tatars. Tatars, what do they have that can demolish structures and destroy things? Sure, 19 ranged trebuchets, which are just absolutely fantastic in addition to the siege rams. And then you're thinking, well, the 19 ranged trebs, that's not the only thing you get when you research Timurid Siegecraft. You also get flaming camels, which come with a massive bonus against elephants. I think 130? 130 against war elephants. Oh, is he going to reveal it? Is he going to reveal it? Okay, our blue player sees that teal has these flaming camels. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm going to highlight the elephants. I still favor the Gurjaras in this though. Okay, so right now he's got 61 elephants. And they're moving right in. They're moving right in. 61 to start the battle. Let's see how many he has when it's all over. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. 33. He just wrecked the elephant ball. Half of it gone. 28 of it. I mean, I think 28 of it to the flaming camels. There were also camels and cav archers, but just for dramatic effect, let's say half of that elephant army just disappeared to only about 10 or 12 flaming camels. Our Gurjara needs a meat shield. He needs something. By the way, I mean, this might be a silly question. Do Shravamshas evade a camel explosion or a petard explosion? They can't, right? Okay, we got 52 elephants. Ooh, 52 becomes 40. So the second volley not doing as much damage, only getting 12 elephants, maybe fewer, because again, the cav archers are here. 24 kills for them so far. But here's those 19 ranged Trebs. How the hell is Blue going to engage into this army, especially with a distraction meat shield of siege rams? 35 elephants. Hello, wake up. 35 elephants becomes 31. So again, not the greatest amounts of hits. A Shravamsha doesn't evade an explosive unit like this, right? That doesn't make any sense. Welcome to my stream of conscious thoughts. I don't think they do. It would make no sense if they did, but I figured it's an explosion. Might as well ask the question, even though it's a pretty bad question. I'm surprised that neither player is cutting through the forest, especially not Rage. He needs a win here. 21 elephants become 13, 12, 9, 8, 7. Oh my god, and there's still flaming camels left. He lost 2/3 of his elephants. He's down to 3 elephants. I'm gonna rewind this and say I favor the Tatars in this matchup. Just kidding. Oh my goodness. Flaming camels. Our Gurjara just never got his meat shield up, and now look at his resources. 11,000 wood and jack nothing else. And there is little to nothing he can do against 4 trebuchets with 19 range. I mean, he's getting these hussars out. They are the cheapest hussars in the game, I believe. But he's got 219 food, which means it looks like this series, this show match, is over. Oh man, 19 more of these camels. Little do they know there's almost no elephants left. But what's their attack bonus against buildings? 280, not bad at all. Not that he even needs them with these trebs. Damn it, those freaking timid siegecraft trebuchets. Look at them, they're half a freaking mile away. And here come the Keshiks. The Keshiks are raiding, the gold is going up, and that's it. Frost 9. Let me click on the right thing. Frost 9 taking the 5th game. Man, oh man. I thought the Gurjaras would put up a bit more of a defense, but he never got the meat shield up. The second he saw the flaming camels, he needed to pull back. He needed to pull back, regroup, and think of what kind of meat shield that he would want himself. Definitely not an elephant meat shield. But perhaps a few, maybe some siege elephants. Oh my goodness, what a fun final game. Unfortunately, a final game, but this is deathmatch, and this is why I say, or said in the trailer, and will continue to say forever, it is a much more complicated version of Age of Empires than a lot of people think it is. Because you know, when you hear that you start with 20,000 wood, 20,000 food, 10,000 gold, and 5,000 stone, you think it's a lot. It will last you a long time. But like I said in the first show match, which I was co-hosting with Otter, deathmatch is like winning the lottery. You know, how many times have we read stories of people who win the lottery and then 6 months later they're broke, they're bankrupt? People come out of the woodwork, they spend money on stupid shit, they don't invest it properly, they don't invest it at all. Deathmatch is the same way. You start with 55,000 resources. If you're not careful, after 13 minutes, your economy is garbage. Now, the counter to that is your economy might be garbage, like Frost 9's economy right now, but you have an army that is nigh unstoppable. Now, this is a bit of a lucky matchup. I think without the flaming camels, the Gurjaras would have stood a much better chance of taking this, and I did not factor that in right up until I remembered that there were, these trebs, and trebs mean unique upgrade, and unique upgrade means camels. I don't know why, I still favor the Gurjaras in this matchup. I really do. I think Rage didn't get the meat shield, but this is a perfect illustration of the complexity of Deathmatch because Frost 9 economy in Tatars, Rage's economy, full steam ahead. Look at his resources. Look at that amount of resources he's got, but what he doesn't have is a base. He's got a few archery ranges, not much to write home about, and he can't produce elephants because his opponent has gone perfect counter unit to these elephants, and they have only 300 HP, which means I think 2 flaming camels, maybe 3, 2 and a bit, are enough to get rid of these elephants. But hopefully you enjoyed this series of 5 games. Hopefully you have a somewhat of an appreciation, or if you had one before, a renewed appreciation for Deathmatch, because again, I love this version of the game. This is the version I grew up on, although we did not have 43, now 45 civilizations. We had 12, I think, in Age of Kings, 12 or 16 or 15, 12, I think. I want to say 12. No, 12 sounds kind of low. Maybe 15? I don't know. Whatever the hell we had. It was the 90s. Things were not as good as they are now. And the game was definitely not as pretty as it is now. But Deathmatch is just so much fun to watch. And if you are interested, the link to the tournament is in the description below. I should have been plugging the tournament a lot more. I apologize. I get so caught up. You guys know sometimes I miss things that are actually on the screen. I am on a pretty big monitor, so if I'm looking at this monk, I might be missing the fact that there's elephant archers, or if I'm looking at the elephant archers, I might be missing that there's a monk here. What the hell's he doing here with his book open, healing his units? How many monks? 3 random monks are on the map. But wow, what a fun show match between these two players. Frost 9 sweeping it after an initial loss to the Japanese. And if you are interested, if you want to see more of this, do stay tuned. I will be posting a community post shortly with a bit more of a schedule. I think the registrations are closed, if I'm not mistaken, but the tournament should be starting pretty damn soon, right at the end of October, right in time for Hallows Eve. And that'll be fun to watch. So again, thank you for watching. If you're interested, there's more information in the description below. And as always, GG to both players in a very hard-fought series with a lot of micro, a lot of intensity, and a lot of kills. 98 elephant archers, 138 halberdiers. Economy's not really much to write home about. Kill count pretty much identical. Our Tatar managed to kill 10 villagers because he is pushing in to this forward position that Rage very aggressively, very cockily took in the beginning of the game. And again, I'm a little surprised, not gonna lie, that neither player decided to backstab the other, going for brute force, headbutting, mountain goat style of attack. And ultimately, it is Frost 9 who butts the head of his opponent a little bit harder than the opponent butts his head. Man, I dragged out that analogy way too long. Ultimately, Frost 9 victorious in this match and in the show match itself. But GG to both players, and please do stay tuned. More announcements about the fastest Chaos Deathmatch tournament. And please do remember to hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, because there will be more fun deathmatch content being added on top of my already awesome regular content. And if you're interested, do hit that like, subscribe, enable notifications, all that good stuff. And until we meet again, good luck to everyone. Have fun. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.